Sorry if what I say seems a little strong, but when I say how I feel, it often comes out wrong. Sometimes I feel like dying, giving up. Maybe if I cry a little, I can stand back up. 'Cause my love looks like tragedy, my desire looks like shame, my happiness looks like victory, and my hope, it feels like pain. You had a plan, but ich verstehe nicht. Nur ein Insular Man, like I'm standing in her ditch. Like tragedy, my desire looks like shame, my happiness looks like victory, and my hope, it feels like pain. Thank you. Probably not what you expected. Wasn't what I expected either. But so, a bit of background. About a year ago, I did a 10-week songwriting club, and I pretty much just did it for myself. I was just wanting to get creative. Actually, Sabine was encouraging me to, get creative, write some songs, and I was like, okay, I'll do this thing called I Heart Songwriting. So over 10 weeks, I wrote 10 songs, and every week you get a word and a challenge and an hour, and you write a song in an hour. So I sat down, that was the first one I did, sat down with a guitar and pretended I was a teenager in my bedroom again, got all emo. Sorry about that. And then I just went on a journey. So it was about this time of year, which means St. Patrick's is coming up, and I felt like writing an Irish kind of thing. So this is what came out. The word for the last song was translate, and so the song was kind of about not being able to translate your emotions very effectively into words, which happens. This next one was fairy tale, so just made up a story. have a little tale of when I was a boy and I went out sailing on the river. I sat down in my boat and folded my old coat to keep the wind from blowing on my skin. I flew away from shore with the breeze like never before, till I thought I should really head for home. But when I came about, my rudder fell right out, and I had nothing in my hand to steer. Called and yelled and screamed, but there was not a soul was near enough to hear the sounds I made. I drifted for a while and the sun was going down. I wished that I was home and safe again. And then I started drifting. Oh no. And maybe then I slept. Maybe then I dreamed, or how can I explain the things that I have seen? But I swear by the ocean that I would not tell a lie. And if you listen close, I tell you how I didn't die. I was blown out to sea, but the ocean it was calm, and waves were gently lapping at my bow. The stars were shining bright, but there was no moon that night to ease the darkness above and below. But with my ears so keen, I heard a different sound, a whisper in the waves, something was around. And when I trained my eyes on the ocean and the sky, an orchid's fin was coming straight at me. I shouted out my fear, as if the thing could hear me, and maybe now I think it really did. 'Cause it slowed and then it turned and sank beneath the waves and left me shaking, rattled to the bone. But then it came back up, and closer than before. I could see its black and white, and its breath was like a roar. I calmed myself a bit and sang a little song. I really didn't know what else to do. But then I started talking. I told it all my tale. I don't know if it cared. After all, it was a whale. But then it came around, and gently as it could, it pushed me and my boat back to the land. Jumped out at the beach and pulled my boat ashore and turned to see my savior disappear. And even to this day, if I've ever lost my way, I'll find the deep sea diver in my mind. Thank you. I knew I was going to drop some words somewhere tonight, and there was the first one. I've heard about these things called beta blockers, which stop you being nervous. I should have probably taken one of them. I was saying backstage, I'm not normally nervous before a gig, but a gig is not normally quite this much pressure, so, we're just getting set up our PA around all the people just drinking, and you're just like, should we start? Okay. Anyway, so, there you go. So I wrote these 10 songs, and I didn't know what to do with them, and I was kind of happy that I'd actually written 10 songs in this 10-week course, because you're with a group of people and you sending the songs in, and everyone's listening to it and giving feedback, and it's probably 6 out of the 10 people wrote 3.5 songs, and there was a couple of others who actually wrote 10 songs, but I actually felt like my 10 were kind of playable, but they're all really different, and I was just exploring songwriting. Actually, I wrote this next one on my phone. I just wanted to try, technology, and I got loops and wrote little drum loops and things. The theme for this one was dance, and I just wasn't actually feeling any dance mood. So I wrote a song called Not Dance. It's a disco song, of course, written on my phone. Which reminds me, the beautiful projections and things that we're getting. The last one is done by Mike Goodwin. Thanks a lot to Mike. The first one was by McDonald. And I couldn't think of anyone for this one, so there's no projection for this. But I thought for a song called Not Dance, I should get some dancers. So we've got Sari, Bennett and Lucy Taylor coming on to have a dance. Lucy and... Sari's gone. I don't feel like dancing, I don't feel like getting out my moves, I just feel like relaxing, I think I'm gonna sit down here. I wish I felt like dancing, but I'm just not in the mood. I'm not gonna shake my booty, I'm not gonna put my hands in the air. Been a long week and I should be home in bed, but you came and convinced me that I should go out instead. Maybe now you wish that you might have listened to what I said, 'cause I'm feeling the vibe and I should just go home again. I don't feel like dancing, I don't feel like getting out my blues, I just feel like relaxing, think I'm gonna sit down here. I wish I felt like dancing, but I'm just not in the mood. I'm not gonna shake my booty, I'm not gonna put my hands in the air. She got there in the end. So as I was saying, I had these 10 songs, I didn't know what to do with them. And I came and spoke to Mitchella at Arts Margaret River. And I was like, maybe I could put a little show on in the studio. And she's like, why don't you just use the big space? And then I had this idea of getting people to do something in response to the songs. So it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun working with this band, which I've never played with any of them. Well, maybe Gary once before. Yeah. Anyway, the next song, the prompt word was reveal, and the challenge was to write with someone else. And I called Saul Crappsley, who I often play music with, and he came around and we both had some different ideas of what reveal might be, and he had this idea of the sirens who lure sailors to the island and then reveal themselves to be soul-eating goblins, and and that the advertising industry is basically the sirens. So that is what this song is about. It's called Skin Deep.
I'll use my sex appeal to tell you it's a sin that you've never had enough.
And thank you to Ben Crappsley for the kooky drawings up there, the cartoon. Unfortunately, Ben couldn't be here tonight. And Saul's up there thinking, what about the ending? You'll have to see Chief Monkey if you want to see the different ending. That's the current Chief Monkey song. Some of these songs were actually successful. Get played elsewhere. So I heard this theory, right, from quite a well-respected songwriter, that you just keep on writing songs, and for every 10 songs you write, you're going to get one good one. So bad luck, because I'm just giving you all 10. I figure if everyone likes one, then, you know, they'll all get liked, you know. Anyway, I'll shut up. All right. So it was about this time in the course that the drought last year was really biting, and I live on an acreage with lots of bushland, and I was getting very upset by the amount of trees that were dying, and also well around off my farm and so on. So I was very affected by the drought. Luckily, it didn't reoccur this year, because I don't know how I would have coped, to be honest. So I wrote this song as a kind of a wake-up call, saying, you know, this is really happening, climate change is real, and it's about time we did something about it. This is called 2020 Vision. Vision 2024. It's the endless summer on our western shore. The waterways are drying, the rivers and the creeks. Tall trees are dying, it hasn't rained in weeks. Are we all blind, or do we just refuse to see? Where is the future of nature and humanity? 2020 vision is all becoming clear. Past has been and gone, climate change is here. 2020 vision 2024. We didn't heed the warning, we didn't make the call. We can't grow forever, that's a simple fact. Before the bubble bursts, now is the time to act. Take a look around, stop putting your head in the sand. Change is happening all over the land. Gotta come together, gotta make a plan. See clearly, the future is in our hands. Vision 2024. Time to make the changes, time to make the call. 2020 vision 2024. Gotta make the changes, gotta make the call. Thank you. And thanks to Jane Hammond for that video there. She did a full-length movie a couple of years ago about the black cockatoo crisis. And she's working on one at the moment called Brown Off, which is about what we saw last year, which was really, yeah, pretty full on. I'm not much of a one for open tuning, but I wrote this next song with one string tuned down, one semitone. Pretty radical, hey? I'm really happy to say that everyone I asked to be involved in this project said yes, which is just really cool. Until several weeks later, and Carly Del Tondo said, actually, I've just got too much on. So I didn't have an artist for this song, and I thought, oh, my brother is a really good photographer. So I asked Paul to come up with some images for this song. I don't think he realises this is kind of a song about the end of the world and how depressed I was, but I was really quite dark on things at this point. Recently I saw an image of the Tree of Life, and it shows how at the very beginning there was, you know, just one or two strands of life forms, and they gradually diversified until there was quite a lot, and then this extinction event happened, and it went down to maybe a quarter of what there was, and then it gradually flourished again until there was a massive amount, and then another extinction event. And it just put into perspective that at the moment we are going through an extinction event, but in the long term, life will go on, and we're really just a blip. Sorry. Couldn't get out of the way. But that's okay. I'm living in fright. Today, tonight. that things would change, but they remain the same. But nothing does remain. The sun stopped shining today. Might come one day. At least that's what I think they say. And I know it's gonna be okay. So the prompt for that last song was waves. Probably should have written a surfing song. But the prompt for this song was torches. And I was like, yeah, just burn it all. Burn it down. And I was going to get rid, and I thought, nah, better not go there. The good thing about these prompts is you can interpret them how you like. Obviously. So, rather than, the flaming torch and the lynch mob going to kill Frankenstein, I started thinking about torches and light. That's good. About to break. So I wrote a love song for my wife instead. Seemed like a good turn of events. Hold the torch, babe, light the way. I need a little light from you every day. You pick me up when I'm falling down. I think I would get lost if you're not around. You always look for the best in me. Show me things that I cannot see. That's why you hold the torch and light the way. I was drifting when we first met, playing music and messing up my head. I have resisted some changes in life, but where would I be if you weren't my wife? Our little home and our family, can't imagine where I might be if you didn't hold the torch and light the way. Every day that I spend with you is a good day, you know that is true. I've got your back and I know you've got mine, and I love it when I see your light shine. Looks like we might be growing old, but our love isn't getting cold. Gotta wonder what the future holds if you can hold the torch and light the way. Thank you. Thanks for Sabine. I think that's her just there. Am I looking at the right person? Oh no, she was there. Oh, whoever else said I love you too. That's my son there. Yeah, I got half of it right. So I don't know what's happening with this guitar right now. That was another song that I struggled with to think of who to do a piece of art. Felt a bit too personal to have someone interpreting. Anyway, I finally decided upon Karen Larkin, who did that last piece. So thanks, Karen. Because I've seen some of Karen's work, which is just humble and kind of domestic, and it was like just nice and homely and lovely. So the next song is called "The Sum of the Small Parts," which I did take the name from to name this show after. Where to begin with this one? So I do, even though I think the world's rooted, I still think it's good to try to do the right thing. And I have a lot of friends and family and colleagues who fight very hard to make the world a better place, or to maintain what is good about the world, and to repair and revive nature and community and things like that. And it really is a group effort. And even if you think you're not up for it, the point of this song is that every bit counts. So switch off your lights when you're not using them. Little things, you know. The little things count. I mean, you go overseas and you just see plastic everywhere and whatever, and it's just overwhelming. But I don't think that's a reason just to lose hope and just to stop caring and to stop doing the right thing. So that's the point of this song. Now, I actually had an idea of writing a sing-along, so I'm hoping you guys can sing along with me. Who's that? Good. I thought, my brother doesn't... no. So, the theme of this, the prompt word for this song was heirloom. And I was thinking about what heirlooms we have culturally and personally in my family. And physically, we don't have many heirlooms. The only thing that we really have in our family is the land that we're looking after. And we've only been there for 30-odd years. And, you know, clearly Aboriginal culture goes a long way back, and they have these incredible passing of heirlooms throughout generations and generations. And having said that, I would love to give my respects to the elders of this land, the Noongar Wurundjeri people. And Actually, the artwork that you're going to witness up there is a collaboration between Elaine Clocherty and Viv Brockman and Mitchella Hutchins, so I'm very honoured to have that up behind us. And the challenge of this song was to use a piece of music that is come from somewhere else, or an old song that you've written. Anyway, so I pinched these chords. I think you'll recognise them. And laugh, so yeah, okay. What do you want now? So I'd love you to sing along in the chorus. The words are, "Come with me now, I can't do this alone. We're all connected like sinew and bone. Just play a small part if that's what you want, because the sum of the small parts can make something strong." Can you try that with me? Come with me now, I can't do this alone. We're all connected like sinew and bone. Just play a small part if that's what you want, because the sum of the small parts can make something strong. So I'd really like to hear you all belting that out. Can we have one more try?
I can't do this
alone. We're all connected like sinew and bone. Just play a small part if that's what you want, because the sum of the small parts can make something strong. I think we'll get there. We'll get there by the end, won't we? For thousands of years, Noongar cared for this land, passing on wisdom with their stories in hands. They knew that all life is connected as one, the plants and the animals, the rain and the sun. My ancestors came, took what Noongar had, and now I am living on stolen land. I can't undo all the crimes that were done, but I'll care for this country, repair what I can. So come with me now, I can't do this alone. We're all connected like sinew and bone. Just play a small part if that's what you want, because the sum of the small parts can make something strong. Sorry to say, it's not all in the past, but just how much longer can this madness last? The land's still being cleared for cattle and sheep. The rate of extinction is hard to believe. The care of this land is up to us now. The next generation reap what we sow. I'm not a leader, but I'll do my part, 'cause I love this butcher with all of my heart. So come with me now, I can't do this alone. We're all connected like sinew and bone. Just play a small part if that's what you want, 'cause the sum of the small parts can make something strong. Plant trees, collect seeds, pull up some weeds, connect with the country, live consciously. The care of this land will take many hands, so come play your part. Come with me now, I can't do this alone. We're all connected like sinew and bone. Just play a small part if that's what you want, 'cause the sum of the small parts makes something strong.
bone. Just play a small part, if that's what you want. 'Cause some of the small parts can make something. Come with me now, I can't do this alone. We're all connected like sinew and bone. Just play a small part, if that's what you want. 'Cause some of the small parts make something strong.
Thank you so much. So, some of the small parts, the name of the show, and honestly, it really is a massive group effort to put this show on. Firstly, I'd like to thank the band. We got Dave Mann on guitar and bass, Gary Larkin on drums, Gary Bennett on bass and stand-up and lap steel, Helen Rose on keys. Of course, we have all the artists, absolutely amazing work, but I'd really like to give a big thanks to Danny Jennings, who's collated it all and done this incredible work with give it up for Danny Jennings. And Dave and Danny both work here at the Heart, employed by the council, I think. Yep. I actually got a grant from the council, so big thank you to the Augusta Margaret River Council. Give it up for them. But really the most important thing that's had this all in together is the Arts Margaret River, which just wouldn't have happened without it. Michelle, everyone at Arts Margaret River, thank you so much. And then of course there's Jacque on sound. I hope it sounds good out there. It sounds great up here. I'm sure it does. Al Mack and the first band, pretty awesome. My family. I've already mentioned my wife, who kind of got me going on this whole songwriting caper, but my mum and dad are probably the biggest fans you could imagine. Which reminds me, my dad's got a book launch coming up. I can't tell you the date off the top of my head. Anyone? Thank you. I think this is his third book, or he's done revised editions of his first. Anyway, don't ask me. But it's about climate change, but it's sort of over the eons, because Dad's a geologist, so he loves to look at the big picture, and climate has always been changing, just not quite as rapidly as it is. Okay, so the next song, the prompt was morning, and the challenge was to write it before I got out of bed in the morning. That was tough, but I did try, and I did lie in bed and just put my mind to it, and incredibly, it started raining while I was doing this, so I was very happy about that. So this is a song not just about listening to the morning sounds. It's really a song of appreciation, and I do know that I'm a very lucky person living in an amazing part of the world, and I would say if you're in this room, you're one of the luckiest people, because we just do live in an incredible place, and we can do things like art and seeing art and expressing ourselves. So here's appreciation.
Up in the morning and it's still dark outside. My dog is curled behind my back. Think I'll lay here for a while. I got no need to hurry. There's nothing that can't wait. I close my eyes and listen to the sounds of a brand new day. Oh, oh, oh. Whoa, whoa, oh, the sounds of a brand new day. There's rain on my tin roof. That's the sound I love to hear. The source of life falls from the sky to break the drought this year. The wind is in the trees where the rustle and the hiss. The moaning frogs are calling. That's the sound that I have missed. Whoa, oh, oh. Whoa, whoa, oh, that's the sound that I have missed. How lucky am I to live in a place. All I hear is nature when I awake. I can hear a car in the distance, that's true. So many lives are urbanized. Whoa, whoa. Waves upon the shore, and as the sky begins to brighten, the birds begin to call. It's almost time to rise up and get on with my day. I'm so glad I took the time and started out this way. Oh, oh, oh. Whoa. I'm so glad I took the time, started out this way. Whoa, oh, oh. Whoa. So not only did Danny compile all these videos together, he also created that last one, and he another one for Danny. He said he took it from a cliff up on Cowbarry on a really big swell. So very cool visions. That's 9 songs. So I'm sorry, we've only got one more. I'm sorry because it's just been so nice doing this, and I'll have to write another 10 songs, obviously. So all things do come to an end, and that's pretty much what this song is about.
The prompt for this one was leaves, and the challenge was to write a musical motif that represented leaves. I wrote this one on the piano, and as I was playing on the piano, I saw the leaves blowing around outside the door, and just started reflecting on the passing of time, the passing of life and stuff. Yeah, I know. I was going to say something, but I think I'll keep it for later. Anyway, I really, really thank you all for coming. I'm not sure how many people here, but it definitely surpassed my expectations, and the musicianship has just been a total joy, and the space and the lights and you guys. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart.
Came into this world, but nothing stays. New life begins where old life decays. Buds will burst and clouds will yield. Water will flow down the empty field to the ground below. Ground below. The ground below. It's always just a breath away. It's always just a breath away. One day we'll go to the ground below. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you, and I did forgot to say Martine Perret for the last lot of slides there. Thanks, Martine Perret.